What's going on, guys? Balkan Architect here, and in today's video I'm going to be talking about architectural competitions. Now, I've got a bit of an experience with architectural competitions. I'm just a student, but I've already done quite a few architectural competitions, actually won two, and got a third prize on one of them, and I did them all with a colleague, so we did everything together, and we're actually doing an architectural competition now. So when we're finished, we're going to get together and bring you some tutorials on how to approach an architectural competition of that type. But in today's video, I'm just going to be talking about different types of architectural competitions so you can know how to approach each type. And to help me with this, I've got this amazing website called Competitions Archi. I'm actually working with them, and we've already brought you 4 videos where I kind of show you how to get ready for the architectural competition as far as kind of technical stuff goes, and check those videos out in the description, and the link to this Competitions Archi website is in the description of this video as well. So it's an amazing website where you can kind of find all of the new architectural competitions that you might want to compete in, and you can even subscribe, and then they'll email you whenever there's an architectural competition that you might want to participate in. And I'm actually going to be using this amazing website because not only can you find the architectural competitions that are current, you can actually find results of older architectural competitions. So you can kind of see what has already been done. So if it's your first time approaching a competition, you can see just how should that look like. And now I'm just going to use this amazing website to kind of show you different types, because not all architectural competitions are built the same. They're very different. So the first type is this over here that they've got. So this is a skyscraper competition. It was kind of it's a typological architectural competition, if I may call it that way. So as you can see here, the theme for this competition was skyscrapers, and all of the point of the competition was to build a new advanced skyscraper. So if we see all the results, you can see this is the second prize, this is the third prize. Yeah, so when we see this first prize, this looks nothing like a skyscraper that you have ever seen in your life. And the point is to bring something new, something never seen before. The point is to bring some typology, the skyscraper in this instance, and to completely transform it, and to either try to merge it with something else, like the second prize over here, where it kind of looks like a bunch of small houses on top of each other, so everybody's got a kind of a domestic house feel in a skyscraper. And when we look at the third prize, it's again something completely different, something not seen before. So the idea when you've got this typological competition where you're not actually, you don't really have a building site, or and this building won't be built. You're just kind of trying to push the boundaries, pushing the envelope, trying to create something new out of a concept that's been with us for, well, I don't know, 100 years, maybe more, ever since we had skyscrapers. And if we go over here, this is a results for Hong Kong Pixel Home competition. This was also quite an interesting competition, and again you can see you've got these buildings that look nothing like the buildings we have today, and they're just kind of trying to push the boundaries and exploring different ideas where you can kind of push the building and maybe combine two types of buildings. See, you can see here we've got some kind of a traditional lighting, and we've got some houses over here, so it looks like a kind of a combination of a couple of different themes. So whenever you have a competition like this where you have a typology that already exists, and now you need to push it to the next level, kind of bring it to the 21st, 22nd, 23rd century, use your imagination, go wild, do something never seen before, and maybe you might win. The point when having these types of typological competitions that aren't going to be built, you're just kind of exploring concepts, the point is to go wild, be crazy, bring something new and explore it. Make sure that you've got a lot of diagrams that show your idea, that show why you decided to build the way you did. As you can see over here, we've got a lot of diagrams and explanations of the floor plan, just researching all of the typologies and how can everything come together to build your new conceptual wild design that's actually better than anything we have today. So that's the point with these types of competition. Then we've got, this one's quite cool. I also found this Lamborghini Road Monument competition. Now this is an actual competition that can be built. I don't know, will this certain competition, will the first prize be built? But anyway, when you've got competitions like this that can actually be built and you're building a monument, you're kind of trying to use the company in this case, which is Lamborghini, or you can use, maybe it's a memorial or something like that. You need to kind of abstract everything that is about that brand, or if it's a memorial to something that happened or to somebody, you need to explore that theme and then trying to kind of abstract a form that kind of represents the theme of the competition. In this case it's Lamborghini, and they have kind of a very recognizable styling. So as you can see, all of the awards kind of tried to use that styling, that classical representative styling, and to turn it into a monument, I guess. So as you can see here, this is a kind of just a hole, but it represents the lines of the Lamborghinis, and here we've got something different, and this looks like a horse of the raging bull, or and here you can see, when we see this monument next to the car, it kind of resembles that shape, that concept, that which stands behind the company, the branding of that company. Or if you're maybe doing a memorial, maybe you create some form that represents what happened there. Okay, so now I'm going to jump on a different website. This is actually my school website, and here we've got some different kinds of projects, and this I wanted to show you because it's quite different. It's a competition that's kind of afterwards. So not only can you compete for new projects and designing something new, you can actually use your school projects or something that you already built, and you can compete with that. Maybe there are some prizes for the, I don't know, ecological home or something like that. In this case, I've got this was an entry by my university. These are the best master's thesis finals projects, and they're kind of they have been chosen to go to I think it's RIBA President's Medals for 2017. So these are the best student works for 2017. Here we can see this is a house that turns into a spaceship. It's quite cool. I know the guy that did this. It's quite cool. Here we can see some post-apocalyptic shape building, and of course it looks cool. And here we've got, this is more of a research project of some sort. But anyway, even though this is already a complete project for school, you can use it to compete in competitions and win some prizes for certain types of projects. So you don't only need to think about competing and building something new, you can actually get awards for the work you have already done. Okay, so going on next, so this is a more of a traditional competition. Here we have the theme for this was kind of an athletic center in Ljubljana, of all places, and here we've got just a building, and actually a few professors from my school won this competition, so that's why I know a lot about it. So anyways, here we can see this is just a building that's necessary to be built in some city, and they decided to have an architectural competition. And in these cases, you're really building a building. You need to treat your this competition as you would a client. You're not pushing the envelope, you're not bringing something crazy and something never seen before. You need to create something that works, something that's already established, and you just need to get some little extra, something that's kind of representative of that maybe the area in which you're building that building, in this case an athletic center or something like that. Make sure to have just a little bit of crazy, but everything needs to work together. It needs to be able to be built someday, and it needs to work as a regular athletic center in this case. So when you have a contest that's actually going to be built, you need to kind of kind of step back. You can't go all crazy as you would in one of those previous competitions that I've shown you. You need to go kind of easy and build something that works. And finally, I've got one more competition, and this is actually a competition I competed in. Well, I didn't personally, the company I was working for did, and then I was just working on a project as an employee. So as you can see, this is a building in the center of my town or city, and it was this old abandoned building that nobody wanted to buy, and it was expensive to remake. And then one company chose to buy it, and then they created a competition, and the theme for this competition was to create kind of some green ecological design for this building. And in this case, it's a bit of a different competition because you're not building a building from start. You're kind of just improving an existing building, and you're adding new technologies. And in these types of competitions where technology is important, as you can see here are some prizes, you need to make sure that you're not only bringing good ideas as far as architecture goes and as far as shapes goes, you need to consider some technologies that might be implemented to make the building more technologically efficient or something like that. And as you can see, here's the second prize, and this was just a student prize, so it was both a competition for architects, and then there was a separate student competition that was kind of an extra, just to kind of allow students to try out and win one of these types of competitions. And anyway, this is the first prize, and it has this gold top of the building, and everything else is green. It's representative for the city, and it's of course ecological. And one more thing I want to mention when you're working with this competition, now this building is actually being built, and I saw the building that was actually going to be built, and it doesn't really look like the first prize, even though that was chosen for the first prize. So even if you win an architectural competition and then whoever drew the competition said that the building was going to be built in a way you designed it, it rarely works out that way. Usually they change it because either they have to, or they found some more efficient material or cheaper material or whatever. It usually changes up, or maybe they combine the first three prizes into one building that works, or maybe the first prize has an amazing facade, but the second prize has better figured out how to do the garage or something like that. So in these competitions they might combine the solutions to build a realistic building. So even if you win, that doesn't necessarily mean that that actual building that you designed is going to be built exactly the same that you wanted to do it. So that's kind of a bummer sometimes. But anyway, I hope this helped you a little bit. I just wanted to share with you some basic knowledge about architectural competitions, and I hope you compete, because it's an amazing way just to grow yourself as an architect and to grow your style and just to try something different and to learn throughout the process. Okay, so that's how you approach an architectural competition. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share this video, and if you have any questions, comments or suggestions, or maybe you competed in some competition, and please tell me in the comment section below, and I will see you tomorrow.